Hi guys, so I'm just going to make a really quick update. Again, sorry for the lighting. We're at the park again and it's getting dark really quite quickly. Anyway, so I wanted to give you a quick update about what's been happening. So I am 40 weeks pregnant today, and yesterday I had a midwife's appointment and I was able to have a successful stretch and sweep. So I'm really happy about that. So what happened was I got there and she measured my uterus, or my fundal height as they like to call it, and I'd gone from being like 46, 47 centimetres down to 45 centimetres, which is still ridiculously crazy considering that really 40 centimetres is probably, or 42 is probably the maximum you're going to get, seeing as the centimetres kind of represent how many weeks pregnant you are. So if you're like 37 weeks, your fundal height should be about 37 centimetres and so on. So yeah, I was about 46, it was like going between 46 and 48 centimetres, and I was down to 45 centimetres, which means that my uterus had obviously lowered somewhat. So yeah, she felt that there was a lot of pressure that had eased from the top of my uterus, suggesting the baby had dropped significantly. Anyway, so when she felt the baby, she could tell the baby was, I wouldn't say engaged, because I don't know what station, I get confused about what station the head position has to be in before they consider it as engaged, but the head was down and it was inside the pelvis, and I think it was like 3/5 engaged. I get confused, and please excuse me constantly gurgling. The acid reflux is just not fun at the moment. Anyway, so if you can hear me at all above the gurgling, I'm one of those weirdos that can't burp either, so like, it's all just internal gurgling and weird noises. Anyway, so I was really, really happy that the baby's head was down and it moved down into the pelvis more, because that meant I was able to have my stretch and sweep. Now, I know it kind of sounds like I've been going on and on and on about needing this stretch and sweep as if it's some kind of magic potion that's going to get me into labour. And I completely understand that that's not the case. Stretch and sweep, depending on how good a stretch and sweep they do, on a mild scale, they're just trying to like aggravate the cervix, a little bit. And if they're doing a really like intense stretch and sweep, obviously they're trying to like really stimulate it and get it going, and maybe even, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, I sound like a hippopotamus. They're trying to like, possibly separate the membranes from the cervix, or just to stretch it so that it starts, dilating slightly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this video gurgling like this. If I could burp, this would be fine, because I could just burp and then I'd be feeling some relief, but, and I haven't eaten anything for hours, so it's not to do with that. I did have a sip of some juice earlier, so that might be the responsible culprit, some juice. Oh my goodness. There's always something, whether it's the lighting or a child suddenly needs my attention or something happens. There's a reason why I'm always prevented from making a video. Hence the really, pathetic amount of vlogs I've been able to make during this pregnancy. But anyway, and on top of that, I keep having contractions, so I'm trying not to make a fuss of them, because I have contractions all the time anyway, and they range from being Braxton Hicks contractions, which is just like a tightening of the uterus, which is kind of uncomfortable, but it doesn't last very long, and like if you move position, it will ease off. So they range from Braxton Hicks contractions to like a pre-labour type false contraction to full-blown, oh my goodness, if there was gas and air near me, I'd be having some kind of contractions. So, and I'm cramping quite badly as well. So anyway, she did the stretch and sweep, and she decided that because my gosh. I'm so sorry. She decided that because, it's time to peeve me off now. Because I was because I was contracting so regularly and I have an irritable uterus, and because obviously they want this to happen as naturally as possible, that she decided she was going to go very gently with me, which frustrated me because for weeks she's been telling me about how good a stretch and sweep she does and how she was going to give me a really good one and get things going for me. And then when it came to it, she kind of chickened out and decided that, contraction again. You know, she decided that she didn't want to risk doing too much because, you know, I'm there for a short period of time. They don't put you on a monitor like they might do in other places. They just listen to the baby's heartbeats before and after and check the baby is happy. So yeah, she kind of like chickened out a little bit and just did a really gentle one, and I was like a bit, what was that? You know, like I hardly felt it. I mean, I flinched a couple of times just because it's, you know, it's not the nicest sensation in the world, but it wasn't painful. And I told her, I said, come on, you know, if I start howling, just ignore me and carry on, you know, doing the sweep. But anyway, so she did the stretch and sweep, and nothing much happened. I didn't even have any contractions before, afterwards. I kind of thought because I have such an irritable uterus that it would really, like, you know, get everything going, but no. Anyway, but when I got home, I noticed that I was like cramping continuously. If you've clicked off by now, I totally don't blame you, because I don't think I could sit and watch someone like making hideous groaning noises constantly in their chest. But this is miserable. This is another thing about pregnancy, right? This is how much I suffer with acid reflux, that it's constantly uncomfortable. It's constantly this, you know, feeling like you need to burp or feeling like you need to throw up, and you can't do either. Anyway, so where was I? My really long, boring story. Yeah, I noticed that I was cramping continuously, and I had really bad backache, lower backache, and I kept needing to go for a wee. And then I noticed over time I wiped that I had, and this is a bit TMI, but I had a bit of blood, just like tiny amounts, and there was tiny amounts of like my plug there. Definitely wasn't a bloody show. Yeah, definitely wouldn't go that far, but there was definitely some blood in there. So I'm assuming that she aggravated my mucus plug a bit and, you know, caused it to just, you know, whatever. Anyways, so I got a little bit excited because I thought, oh, you know, maybe this is going to give me, you know, I'm going to lose my whole plug, and then maybe I will have a bloody show. Maybe my waters will grow. Who knows what could happen, you know. Anyway, but I have had consistently more intense contractions since the sweep yesterday, but they've been more further apart. Like, they haven't been regular, but I've noticed that when I'm having these contractions that my whole stomach is like moving downwards. Like, they're so strong, like my whole stomach just moves. Oh my gosh, I can barely breathe now. Anyway, the point is that I'm still pregnant. Bethany's, given the name away, haven't I? Okay, that was a slip of the tongue and I wasn't supposed to say that. But, yeah. Baby girl will hopefully be being called Bethany. But I might edit that bit out. We'll see. Anyway, so, baby, her due date is today. And I had some really intense contractions this morning for a couple of hours, and I was like really thinking, oh, I'm going to have to restart this vlog all over again unless I'm constantly editing out me gurgling. Anyway, so to cut long story short, because I'm getting peeved now, Yeah, still pregnant, and not a whole lot's been happening. And but the exciting news is that tomorrow morning I am booked in at 11 o'clock to be admitted, and they are going to start inducing me. Now they're going to start really slowly, so that'll be like another sweep. They'll monitor me, see how much I've managed to progress on my own, see if they can break my waters, probably wait around for hours with me marching around the place. You can't make this stuff up. You couldn't. It's like a really bad script for a really crappy film. Yeah, you get all makeup and everything, hair nice, and then you sit here and gurgle like a piglet every time you try and open your mouth to speak. You've got to see the funny side of it, though, otherwise you just cry. Anyway, so, can I just point out, though, to all of you who are really grossed out by me now, who are thinking you are hanging, I am 5'0", okay? I'm 5 foot, and there's nothing to me in terms of length. And I'm measuring 45 centimetres in terms of my fundal height. There's nowhere for this baby apparently could be at least 10 pounds by now. And I'm on 6 anti-sickness tablets a day and having a really hard time with acid reflux. Sleeping most nights upright in a chair because I can't lie down, otherwise I'll throw up. So please take pity on me and don't be too grossed out. I'm really sorry. I might just edit the whole thing or cancel the whole thing because I'm so embarrassed, but it's so ladylike of me. Anyway, yeah, so they're probably going to start off with gentle things like that. And then depending on how I respond, they may or may not start inducing me in terms of pessaries and putting me on the machine for the Pitocin or whatever it's called. But they're really concerned about doing that because this is my 5th pregnancy, so, you know, it's a bit dangerous. They have lots of concerns about hemorrhaging, my uterus rupturing and stuff like that. So now I'm going to start hiccuping. Anyway, I think I've fed up the majority of my subscribers by making this video. But you know what, actually, I think I might keep it because these videos are not just for you guys. I mean, obviously I care about you guys, but I'm making these videos for my own personal reference more than anything else, something I can look back on over the years. And this I will find hysterically funny. Oh, contraction. Yeah, I'll find this really, really funny, hopefully one day. Not right now. Now I'm just like really embarrassed and cringed out and fed up. But I might find it funny. Anyway, so tomorrow morning, yeah, I'm going to try and vlog, guys, as much as I can. Please pray for me because I'm so frightened. I mean, this could go better than expected, or it could go completely tits up, in which case I can end up having to have a C-section. If you want to know more about my complications in pregnancy, watch a few of my other vlogs, if you can be bothered to sift through them. Anyway, thank you so much for your kind messages and your kind words. Again, I have been getting people to read them out to me, and I've been trying to read them as much as I can. And I'm sorry if I haven't replied to you, but I might start doing videos where, like, I just, you know, like Q&A videos where people ask a question and then you answer it. I might do one where I just like respond to people's videos, people's comments, so they actually like get acknowledged. But anyway, guys, I've got to go because I can't sit in this position for much longer. Holding it like this because it's the only lighting I can get, because the sun's there, but everywhere else is dark. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go and I will give you an update as soon as I can. See you later, guys.